Namaste. This is my first time in India, and I'm thrilled. Food and leadership, isn't it uncommon? I'm an executive coach. My name is Valle. I come from Canada, the French part of it. Donc, je peux parler français. Also, I live in China since nearly 10 years. 所以我也会说中文呢. Now, the only word I know about, Hindu word that I know is Namaste. I'm sorry. I tried to learn some more. The reason why I'm so passionate about food and leadership, it comes from my background as a high-performance athlete a few years ago. I will tell you about that and the further study I've made about it to heal from a personal condition so I don't have to take any pills. I would like to ask you all, I'm sure you have faced different situations in your life where you had to make tough decisions, where you were the only one in the driver's seat. And this is kind of a case study here. The first time I'm asking to this big room, what did you make your decision with? Your brain? Your head? Your heart? Or your gut feeling? And by a show of hands, I would like to just have a sense of what the answers are. No right or wrong here, just to see. Show of hand, head. Who has taken decision, mostly critical ones, with their head thinking? Please? Yes? Yes? Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Who make those tough decisions following their heart? Yeah, a little bit more. Okay. All right. Yeah? Good. And who made those tough decisions following their gut? Well, there's quite a few. What I wish is by the end of this talk, you can all walk hand in hand, because I wish we can align the brain, the heart, and the gut to make sound decisions. That's what we expect from our C-level clients when we are coaches working with Fortune 100 companies. So this talk is inspired by a few recent books that I have stumbled upon, and I want to share with you in case you want to further your knowledge about the connection between food and leadership. Now, Beyond Boundaries is very interesting because it's a neuro perspective of how the brain's transmitters are working in network, just like, let's say, people in an organization. It's also making correlation between how humans are behaving, just like wolf pack, and how the brain is actually wired the same. I'll tell you more later. The Grain Brain is a very interesting book written by a doctor who has paid attention over years on the different diseases that people end up having after eating certain type of food. And of course, I'm reading on a daily basis Harvard Business Reviews about these topics. So in that book, The Grain Brain, it is clear that the food we eat has a direct impact on our mood and concentration level. Well, let me ask you all, who has been here for since the beginning of the week? Raise your hand, please. Yeah? You've been eating the same food, right? Over and over. It's good. It's good. But maybe I've heard people saying, well, I miss my food, right? I can understand that. I've had a privilege here to be taken care of by the chef who has prepared special food for me. So right before this talk, I had a soft-boiled egg, 1 avocado, and 1 tomato. And the reason why I'm so picky about the food I eat is because as a former athlete, we were told what to eat before each activity, whether it's a tough training, a performance, or just a rest day. So let's say this is a very typical street food in China, okay? Have you come to China before? Yeah, you eat very spicy over there, right? And after a few days, you think pretty much the same then about the Indian food. You want to stick back to your old habit. So what happens in the workplace in China, and very common to see that, no manager can actually complain about seeing this in their working office on a daily basis. Because right after lunch, people are just like this. And don't try to wake them up. It won't work, okay? You just let them do their sleep, their nap, power nap, and down the street, it's exactly the same.